Hi, Sugar Pies. Oh, hi, Poppy. Poppy jumped up here to say hello. Anyway, hi, guys. Hello, beautiful, beautiful little sweetie pie cutie patooties. How are ya? You doing good? I hope so. Your girl is doing pretty good today. I'm feeling optimistic. I feel like I have some energy, and I'm just I'm just feeling really positive today for some reason. That is very rare that happens. So I'm going to roll with that. Okay. Anyway, it's a beautiful day out today, gorgeous. So we'll definitely have to go and have a little porch sesh here after bed and ponder all these things. But as you can tell from the title, today I want to discuss uh, Mr. Fred Hill, which, if you're familiar with the missing little girl, Summer Wells' case, then you know who Fred Hill is. He was a neighbor, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I've repeated myself 1,000 times telling but whatever. If you don't know who he is, I mean, YouTube is full of shit about him and this poor little girl's case or whatever. You guys, oh, I just cannot shake the feeling. I just cannot shake this feeling. And you guys know, well, if you're not new, you already know your girl gets the feelings. I get the vibes. I feel energy. I'm not like, oh, I'm a psychic. I'm gonna feel, read your tarot cards. Oh my god, I want to commune with the spirits or whatever the hell. I'm not like those people at all. Trust me. But I just have a really good sense of feeling people's energies. Intuition, I guess, is really good these days, and yeah, I've had to work at it though. Don't get me wrong, because I have not had the best of intuitions, or I completely ignored the fact that I have this gift for many, many years because, I could give many excuses, thinking I was in love with some older guy and getting hooked on drugs and being an alcoholic and, being whatever. I could give all excuses I want, but whatever. It's not about excuses. Now that I'm more clear and sober and stuff, I've realized that I have this gift. And I mean, it's a blessing and a curse though, because I don't like some of the energy that comes off of people that I get. That's why I gotta be careful about when I consume too much true crime stuff. See what I'm saying? I've talked to you guys about this before, but if you're new, then I want you to get a sense of where I'm coming with this. But yeah, I just feel, and I don't have to be sitting in your presence to feel your energy, to feel your vibe or whatever, to get a sense of who you are. And this dude just gives me the willies, to put it mildly. Jody Sue has always rubbed me the wrong way. Old JSB. I don't know why, but there's something about her that rubs me the wrong way. Do I necessarily believe that she knows what happened to Summer? I don't know. But I do know the fact that she made a whole ass YouTube channel off the back of a missing little girl. Like, nobody would know who the fuck you were if it weren't for this little girl being missing and, getting monetized and shit like that, and making money off of her, off of a YouTube channel, basing this YouTube channel off of this little girl. I'm sorry, guys. I know some people, oh, where's Summer's channel? But that just rubs me the wrong way. Even if you don't have bad intentions, it just isn't a good look to me. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't think that you should base your channels, I don't know, for lack of a better term, the identity of your channel on a missing child. I think that's just weird. I don't like it. Being an advocate for all missing children, that's fine. That's wonderful. I love to do that. I love to be, for the children. But some of these people have built their channels off of Summer's back, I guess. Whatever. Off of the fact that she's a missing little girl. And that rubs me the wrong way. Like PG, like Jody Sue, like those are the two biggest offenders that I could think of. Daisy, crime critters on the farm, what the fuck ever. Those three are the biggest offenders of building their channel off of Summer Wells's case, her being a missing little girl. And that doesn't sit right with me. Sorry, but that rubs me completely the wrong way. If you like any of these people and you go to their channel and you give them your valuable time, which your time is more important and is more valuable than your money. Just saying. That's just how I feel. You can get money back. You can't get time back. See what I'm saying? You can't get back that hour or two, or in Jody Sue's case, 9, 6, 12 hours where she's completely live all day. You can't get back those hours that you spent in this woman's chat or her live or whatever, where she's completely talking about fucking nothing and just making herself the victim, talking about everybody bullies me. Everybody's a piece of shit but me, like pity party, blah, whatever. You can throw your money at these people all you want. You can always get more money. That's not the thing here. You can't get your time back. So therefore, it is more precious and more valuable. I'm just saying. That's not even my opinion. It is. It just is. That's just gross. It rubs me the wrong way. It really does. I've come to that conclusion. Yes, I used to think PG was, as a part of the cult over there. It is literally like culty vibes. Like PG thinks that she is a deity, a high and mighty deity of some kind. That's just the vibes I get from her. She thinks she is something. She thinks that she is something else. We'll just say that. And I used to think that it was okay over there. I'm like, oh, yeah, love. And then I would ignore the red flags, the things that she would say or things that would rub me the wrong way that she was sharing, and whatever memes that she would make, which I'm a meme queen. I love memes, but when you're doing it in the name of a missing child, that's, I don't know. My morality has grown a lot, and I'm very thankful for that. I have grown as a person. I really have. And you can see that. You can see that on my channel. Like when I first started like posting videos and shit like that, it was like mainly talking shit about these dumbasses. But then I'm like, man, I need to quit giving him so much of my time. I shouldn't even be giving him my time right now, but sometimes you just gotta bitch about it. Sometimes you just gotta be like, are you fucking kidding me? But anyways, sorry about that little tangent. If you know me, I go off on little rants and stuff like that. And yes, girl, absolutely. I can't do PG's wiggly voice very well though. Hey girl, hey. But no, and I know that you know, Amanda. I know that you know. This Fred Hill dude, he knows a lot more than what he's letting on. And now more than ever, after watching Michelle today, I watched the little video she posted today, and it gave me a little clarity. Maybe I should bring it up on the laptop. I mean, you don't have to watch it if you just hear it, you can understand what I'm saying here. But yeah, you seen it? Well, okay, good. Then you know what I'm talking about. It gave me a little bit of clarity that Fred Hill knows what happened this summer. And more than likely, he was involved in what happened to her. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be as not I don't know, I'm trying to be as light as possible, you know what I mean, like talking about it, but and like it's like all I was seeing comments when Fred Hill the whole business about him going to jail, getting busted and shit came out. Everybody and him saying that it was that Cotton dude that is conveniently deceased now, and he was blaming it on him. And everybody, I was like, oh, maybe I was giving him the benefit of the doubt. I have to say, I was one of those people that was like, oh, maybe it was. But then everybody else, saying, oh, yeah, that's mighty convenient. Blame the dead guy. And now more than ever, I'm like, I think y'all had a point there. I really do. I honestly feel I really do feel something's going on with Fred Hill. And I think it took this long because to like get him into custody or whatever, because the law has to have a probable cause to like see, I'm trying to come up with this in my head here as we go along. They had to bust him for something and to get more info, you know what I mean? They had to get him into custody to get more information, something like that. I don't know. This is me just thinking out loud. And then when he finally got busted for, having the meth lab and dealing, having trap house type situation going on, then they could get some info. You know what I mean? And I think he knows exactly where Summer is. That's just my opinion. I think he knows what's going on. I think he knows what happened to her. I'll get the laptop out though, and I'll show you. Like, we'll re-listen to Michelle's video and gain a little bit of whatever. Hang on a minute. He definitely, in my opinion, knows what the fuck happens. For certain. Oh shit. I mean, Because if he knew that this Cotton dude did this, and a lot of you were saying this, why did he choose now to, if he's innocent, why did he choose now to speak up about it? You know what I mean? It makes a lot of sense. Hang on. Okay. Oh. Okay. I want to re-listen to this video. And I want to re-listen to it with you guys. Because I just really had a aha type of, like a little epiphany. I'm like, there's no doubt in my mind. I mean, could I be wrong? Of course I could be wrong. Duh. Yeah, of course I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think he did anything either. I think he's just getting blamed because, like everybody was saying, conveniently, he's dead, Anyway, I want to listen to this video again if you want to listen with me.
Ohio State residents, if you have a utility meter like this on the side of your house, you can get paid.
Okay. Hey guys.
Oh shit.
Why am I looking at an aerial view of 110 Ben Hill Road, Rogersville, Tennessee? I hear you say. Well, let me tell you, this is why. Now I've got one functional laptop, I'm able to do proper map time, and this video involves us looking at the map. So there's a little lead into this video. I fall asleep.
Well, you don't really have to look at the map to understand what she's saying, especially if you've seen this a million times, which if you follow Summer Wells' case, you've seen the aerial view of Ben Hill like a bajillion zillion times. So,
Sleep listening to YouTube. And based on recent past events of breaking 2 laptop screens in like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Okay, this is just her talking about how she's broken her laptops, stuff like that. It's nothing important, but we'll get through
I'm no longer falling asleep with YouTube on my laptop because that's how screens get broken. So I'm using my old iPad instead. And I didn't know that my old iPad had autoplay. So when a video finishes, it goes on to another video of YouTube's choice.
Okay.
Right? So I went to sleep listening to one video and woke up listening to another. So you can thank YouTube for this video.
I've done that before.
Because what I woke up listening to was this live stream, a replay of a live stream.
Okay, this live stream, I mean, I know you've seen it, but for those who haven't seen this video yet, is a channel called The Burn Barrel Show, and it has old Ziggy on there, of course. But
Burn Barrel Show, and Ziggy was on it. All right, now I'd never heard of the Burn Barrel Show before.
Me neither.
So thank you, YouTube, for introducing me to this channel, because she's got some interesting thoughts. So I've no idea who Burn Barrel Show is. Don't know anything about her other than
I'll have to check her out and feel her vibe and see if you know how I am. If you know me, you know how I am. I got to feel her energy out. if the vibe's right, if I feel her vibe's okay, then I'll subscribe.
But then she did this interesting live stream with Ziggy, and then there's another video where she's picked something out that, look, I've listened to the interviews between Fred Hill and Ziggy, it must be 10 times by now, and I did not spot this thing that the Burn Barrel Show did. So shout out to the Burn Barrel Show for finding this, and this shows exactly why we need to go back and listen and listen and listen again.
I want to say something to that. Yeah, you can go back and research and think over and brainstorm and stuff. But when you're making content out of that, like just repeating yourself, that's different. When you're just saying the same thing over and over again, that's different. That is why people had problems with people. We'll just say. It's not to the fact that you go back and do more research and think and brainstorm and whatever and blah, blah, blah. It's that you say the same thing over and over and make content out of it. That's what people have a problem with. And a lot of people do that. A lot of people on here do that. But that's what the problem was. Just wanted to clarify that. But anyway, I want to listen to this because I want you guys to listen. This gave me a lot of clarity this morning.
To the old stuff. And importantly, to have new eyes and ears on the case. I wish law enforcement would bring a whole new team of detectives in to the Summer Wells case, because maybe they would spot things that the detectives who've been on this case for the last 2 years have not spotted.
Maybe.
I'm in exactly that situation. That's something that Fred Hill said I had not spotted, I had not thought about. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So let's go.
Okay. Alrighty.
Limestone Branch Creek actually enters Beach Creek. And then it joins Beach Creek down there, right?
Okay, she's talking about like the little creek, like there's little creeks that branch off from the main creek type thing. Just listen.
Back behind the wells, and then it joins that creek.
So let's start off with where the creeks are that Burn Barrel Show is talking about. So this is aerial view on Google Maps.
Okay, you've all seen it.
View, what you see very clearly are the creeks.
Yeah.
And what you see is the water coming off the mountains. There's a mountaintop here.
We've all seen it, so you guys can envision it. Or go watch this video if you haven't already watched it.
There's a mountaintop here. It's extensive, all these little creeks and streams and things that come down off the mountains, perfectly normal, right? And that's really confusing. Which one is Limestone Branch? It's this one, but let's be a little bit clearer, because if you switch to Bing Maps,
recordings.
Oh God, go figure. Here's a freaking ad.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard.
Oh, shut up, Dana from StreamYard. I'm sick of you.
What you get when you're on road view,
3 minutes in and we have an ad,
is you get just the main water courses coming from the mountain tops. It takes out all those little streams, tributaries, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Limestone Branch here, a creek that comes down from the top of Chimney Top Mountain all the way down. So it's flowing downstream down the mountain, and it joins Beach Creek. All right, so
and it runs right beside 110 Ben Hill Road. Right on the, if you're looking at the map, it's right on the left side. It runs from Beach Creek down the left side of 110 Ben Hill. You can go look at it if you need to.
It's a little confluence here between Limestone Branch and Beach Creek. Just behind the wells, this is the Wells Hill right here. This is the bottom property where the shed is. So this little confluence happens. I don't know whether that's on the Wells property or just outside of the Wells property, but it doesn't matter. So this is what the Burn Barrel Show is talking about. The Limestone Branch Creek and Beach Creek. Okay. So we've orientated ourselves to the creeks. Why is this important according to the Burn Barrel Show?
But it's something a little kid could walk up, probably. If they were playing in the creek, they could walk up that creek and walk all the way up to Fred Hills, probably.
So what Burn Barrel Show is suggesting is that Summer was playing in the creek.
Uh-huh.
So she perhaps got in the creek here at the bottom of Ben Hill Road, and she could walk all the way around and then walk up here. She'd have to get out there because the creek.
And remember where the footprints were picked up.
It goes under the road, goes under Simpson Road. And then if she walked down towards Fred Hill's property, Fred Hill lives here, she'd have to get out because the creek goes under the road. So it's not that someone could walk under the road. It's not like a road that goes like over a bridge. It's just a little culvert that the creek goes in. But this is Fred Hill's property right here. His family actually owned two properties, 165, which is this area, and then 167.
And remember the field across from Fred Hill's? I mean, you know. If you know, you know. That field across from where Fred Hill's property is, right down the middle of it, that little creek, Limestone Branch, that little creek that they're talking about runs right down through it. I'll honestly, let me get this out before I forget what I'm thinking right now. It's just coming to me. Okay, so Fred Hill is a tweaker. All right. He has a trap house where he makes methamphetamines, Ice Baby, whatever. And I'm sure that there's a lot of tweakers that hang out there that do weird fucking shit. I would not put it past anybody to I don't even want to think about it, dude. Ew. Snatch up a little girl if she's, across the street, in the field playing in this little creek, and they see this little girl snatching her up or something. Tweakers. People, regardless if they're a fucking tweaker or not, the weird shit that people, oh God, I don't even, ew. Oh my God. When we almost moved I said Kentucky. Kentucky, my mom was warned by the locals not to be out messing around in hollers driving around. People are so overprotective about their properties. Yeah. Right. And I believe that. I believe it. Because hell, I'm protective over, this little property. And imagine it's not as rural as Beach Creek or whatever, the holler. So it just, there's so many possibilities, but this just brought so much clarity to me that this dude, he knows what happened to this little girl. I feel it. I feel it. I have to say, in my opinion, because we don't know for a fact, but I just feel he knows what happened if he didn't do something nefarious himself. He knows what happened. I mean, my mom was like, hell no, we're not moving here to my dad. She said it was too podunk, nothing for us kids there at all. It's funny. But anyway, I want you guys to keep listening to this.
Which is this area. I don't know whether that's Fred's or whether that belongs to someone else. But I've got that.
Where she pointed at was where, like, the junkyard looking area, which I'm pretty sure that is Fred's too, isn't it? Like where all them junk ass cars were and shit. You remember,
7. It doesn't put them on the houses, but whatever. So we're talking about this area. So is it possible that Summer took playing around the creeks, got in the creek and walked all the way down? Something a little kid might want to do on a hot summer's afternoon. I spent all of my summers playing around creeks and streams and finding frogs and newts and things like that. So something little kids might want to do. But why is this important? Let's listen.
I just thought that was really interesting.
Now, that is true, what she just said, because, oh, excuse me. My family, like, if you've been here, you already know I talk about my family and how we're, quote, hillbilly. And played in creeks and catching crawdads and shit like that. And it's not an uncommon thing for little hillbilly country kid to do playing a creek, you know? Was he in trouble for manufacturing or just movie? I think it was both. I'm pretty sure it was both. Yeah, that's true. I'm pretty sure it said something about manufacturing it, maintaining a dwelling, or selling whatever, trafficking, whatever. And I'm pretty sure it said manufacturing. I'm almost positive, but I can't say for sure because I can't I can't really remember. But I'm pretty sure, pretty damn certain that it was also for manufacturing it. So, and yeah, that's true. He'd be really noited out about, people, strange people, whether they be children or not, being around his property and stuff. So, anyway, let's keep listening to this because it's
because the two
interesting.
places where the scent dogs hit the strongest were at the Wells driveway in that area where that creek starts, and then the second place that they hit was Fred says it's cadaver dogs, but they didn't even have cadaver dogs out there in the very beginning. It was just regular life scent, probably life scent.
Yeah. This is another thing that's fascinating. The whole Fred Hill said they were cadaver dogs. When the first dogs they sent out were not cadaver dogs. They were just, live scent search dogs trying to find, This is interesting though, because listen, keep listening.
You wouldn't know that, right?
This is really, really important. So I've got a bunch of videos on search dogs. So if you want to go and listen to my past videos on search dogs, just go to my channel homepage.
It's Michelle. We all know Michelle.
And just scroll along and you can find the search bar and just put in search dogs or even just dogs and see what comes up. So I've got a bunch of videos about search dogs. So in relation to Nicola Bulley, Chris Watts, Summer Wells. In short, when someone goes missing, the first dog teams that they bring out are live scent tracking dogs.
Right.
Because they want to, be positive and assume that that person is still alive in the first.
Exactly. I mean, that's just common sense. Honestly. That I feel, in my opinion, that's just common sense. They'd be like, that wouldn't be your first thing to go to, would be, oh, they have cadaver dogs out there because she's dead. That wouldn't be your first thing. Missing little girl, you think she just wandered off. I know personally, my first thought would be like, they had, they got, like, got the dogs out there trying to find her, tracking her scent, seeing if they can find her. Maybe she's like huddled under a tree, like sitting there scared or something like, you know what I mean? Why would your first instinct be to say, oh yeah, they had the cadaver dogs out there looking, I don't know. That's just my thoughts, but let's keep listening to this because I want you guys to pay attention.
In the first few days, certainly they could be still alive. And if a little 5-year-old girl got lost in this woodland, it's not that she'd immediately die. She might be wandering about lost. So they use live scent tracking dogs. Now, there's two different types of live scent tracking dogs, but in the Summer Wells case, they use the type of dog that is searching for a specific scent from one living person. So they take an article of clothing or possession from that person that's their target, that's lost, and they get the dog to sniff it, and then the dog goes out focusing specifically on that scent. So they're ignoring any scents that a regular dog might find interesting, like cats, foxes, birds, whatever. And they are focusing on that one scent. They're ignoring all other scents, including all other human scents. So we know from Sheriff Ronnie Lawson that a search dog did track Summer's scent from the yard right here. I'll do it on Bing Maps because it's clearer. The problem with Bing Maps is you can't do a 3D view. But anyway, so a search dog followed Summer's scent.
Now she has the map back out. If you guys want to see it so you can follow with the map. But I mean, I'm assuming you've all seen the map, the aerial view of 110 Ben Hill and the surrounding area. I know, I'm assuming that you've all seen it, but if you want to see it, go see, go watch Michelle. We all know who Michelle is. Michelle After Dark. We know everybody who knows Summer Wells's case knows who Michelle is.
And from the yard down a trail. So we're not
that.
really sure whether.
Oh, God, not another one. God, so annoying. I hate ads. I wish I had YouTube Premium.
Whether it was down the driveway or, as Don suggested, down the dog trail, which is along here somewhere, or even along the bus trail, which goes behind the bus and then joins the driveway. We don't know which trail, but we know for sure, according to the sheriff, that a dog did track some scent down the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
And then Burn Barrelshaw said that the other strong scent was around Fred Hill's property. We know that is true. Cam from Cracking Cases stated a while ago. Now, I don't know whether this was in conversation with the landowner or conversation with the private investigator.
Does anybody remember whereabouts Cam found the didn't he find like a little camp in the woods somewhere? Like a little makeshift little camp thing. Does anybody remember whereabouts that was? I can't remember. But anyway.
Investigators that a dog hit on some scent in this area. So this is the creek, Limestone Branch, goes under the road here. And I don't know specifically where the dog hit, but it was in this general area. Now, Burn Barrelshaw seems to think that it was at this little culvert area here, which it could well have been, because if Summer had been playing in the creek and following the creek down, she'd have had to get out here. She'd have had to get out here also on Simpson Road, but the dog found the scent here for whatever reason. And then we know from Fred Hill that a dog also hit on his land. But it's what Fred Hill actually said, what that dog actually did, that I'd completely missed. I completely missed this. Now, it's in the first interview that Ziggy had with Fred Hill. So we're going to play that in a moment because Burn Barrelshaw has got that exact clip on one of their videos. And I'll leave a link to this live stream, obviously, that I'm playing here. And I'll also leave a link to that video. I'm going to show you that clip shortly.
The other location that they hit very strong was right there, right at that bridge where that creek is. I think she walked up that creek. I think she was playing and walked up that creek is what I think. Okay. I mean, the thing you drive over? Yeah. Yeah, he called it a bridge, but it's just like a little culvert thing there. Yeah, it's interesting. But he also said they went all the way up his driveway up to a hill where the cars were, Yeah, a little bit up his driveway, I think, by near his truck. And he said up the hill. He said up the hill where there's some cars. Oh, up to a car. He said he said driveway hill. The driveway hill too. So, right. It's a pretty steep hill to get up the driveway, but he told me willingly that without hesitation, that the dogs hit on his truck, or near his truck or something. You would think that'd be something that somebody would keep out if they were afraid of getting in trouble. He's going to know that.
He's talking about cadaver dogs. He thinks that there were cadaver dogs, which are completely different from live scent tracking dogs. And as I said, the first teams that they'll send out in any missing person search is live scent tracking dog.
I mean, you'd think that would be common sense.
It's only in the days following, when there's a distinct possibility that this person might not be alive and might now be deceased, that they bring in cadaver dog teams. And we know there's been many cadaver dog teams that have come out over the months. Fred seems to think that the cadaver dogs hit on his land because Don had been there, so he had the scent of death on his clothes. But no, those first dogs were live scent tracking dogs. They absolutely were. So what this potentially means is Summer was alive on Fred's land. I've talked about this before, but what I completely missed was that the dog followed the scent, presumably from this area here, which is not Fred's land. I think this is the goalie's land. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll have to
go watch the video if you need to see it. Michelle After Dark. We all know her.
Look at the property lines map. Up the road, which is this, was it this area? Was it up here? I don't know whether that's Fred's land, but there's a bunch of old cars there. But the dog hit on Fred's truck. So let's listen to what Fred actually said.
Even the cadaver dogs that struck all the way up my driveway that see Dawn had been here.
Yeah, so you told TBI that Dawn had been here that day?
Yeah. I mean, the cadaver dog, he was here when Haverton and they come up the road. He was hitting that bridge right there hard. They come up the road and went all the way up to that corner bridge on top and was hitting on it.
The dogs hit on the bridge, presumably means that, and they followed it up.
Wait, I just had a moment. I've never paid attention to Fred Hill when it comes to this case. So now things are just like blowing my mind right now. So back then, when he supposedly knew it was this Cotton guy who did it, this guy who's deceased, back then he was pretty much pointing the finger at Dawn Wells. And now, a couple years later, he's pointing the finger at this deceased guy, Cotton. Fred, why are you pointing fingers at people? And oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if this is stupid. And you guys are like, yeah, duh, Sarah. But I've never paid attention to Fred Hill until recently. And this mofo is sus as fuck. And he's a tweaker, obviously, because that's why he's in jail right now. And manufactured, the stuff. I'm pretty sure, anyway, he was in trouble for maintaining a dwelling and manufacturing, the Ice Baby. And if you know, I know some of you might not know, but I mean, I'm not proud to admit it, but your girl knows how tweakers are. Your girl knows how radical tweakers can act and do, and how paranoid, and yeah. Oh, God. Did he see her on his property and maybe shoot her? Or grabbed her, whatever, and took her in and did some nefarious things? I don't know. Oh, God, I don't even. Did he kidnap her and sell her to some tweaker people? And, he was running a trap house. What? Now that I'm paying attention to this dude, I can see that he was pointing the fingers in all different directions. And that's weird. I don't know. When he supposedly knows for a fact that this Cotton dude did it, then why were you pointing the finger at Dawn Wells? You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you say right then and there? But there's only a few minutes left of this. Let's listen to this.
All the way up the road and hit on a vehicle that was where? Now, obviously, we can't see where Fred was pointing, but it's up here somewhere along here. I'd completely missed that. I knew that they'd hit here. I knew that they'd hit on Fred's driveway, but I didn't know that a dog had followed a trail all the way up to somewhere around here and hit on a vehicle.
I didn't know that either. But listen, that was supposed to be body cam footage. Was that body cam footage of Fred talking? because it was like pointed at his feet or something. Why would the body cam? If I don't know, maybe it wasn't though. But yeah, I didn't know that either.
Vehicle. I'd completely missed it. Listen to it again.
Even the cadaver dogs that struck all the way up my driveway. That see, gone every year.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay. It's not body cam footage. It's some bullshit from probably Ziggy's dumbass. But yeah, he says something about the cadaver dogs had been here or whatever. But of course, Dawn was here.
so you
The cadaver dogs, he was here when happened to me and they come up the road. He was hitting that bridge right there hard. They come up the road and then all the way to that corner feet and was hitting on it.
So I had Summer walked up here playing. Were her brothers with her? We don't know. I'm sure as eggs is eggs that Summer was missing far longer than Candy said. So was
Yeah.
she playing around here?
Definitely. I think Candace is lying about all that because she doesn't want to seem like a neglectful mom. And of course, her drug usage, and she doesn't want to incriminate herself. So she's willing to essentially sacrifice her daughter, essentially, not literally, for the sake of keeping herself out of jail. Like, we can already tell that this bitch cares more about herself than she does her own children. I mean, most drug addicts are like that. Most people not even drug addicts, some people just, put themselves before their own children, regardless if they're a drug addict or not, and it's fucked up and whatever. Whatever. That's you. That's what you have to pay for in the end,
And not far from the hill, 110, not far. It's flat, easy for a kid to play on. Like, look, we used to get into old cars. I'm not going to say how, but yeah, we used to play in old cars. So was she there with her brothers? Was she on her own playing? Because nobody would play with her. And she just wandered to play down here. Because it's really nice. Did somebody pick her up and take her away? The question is who?
Or did Fred, being the tweaker that he is, obviously, see her on his property and unalive her and then hit her? But that's pretty much all. I don't know. Let me see if there's any interesting comments. Yeah, I agree with this comment. It's so weird that all these people around there are all so questionable. Well, yeah, they're so questionable because they're all a bunch of drug addicts and stuff. I mean, literally, Fred was running a trap house. I mean, come on. Everybody's all doped out on something around them parts, and I'm sure prescription pills were being sold as well. I mean, old Grandma Candy was getting the old painters, wasn't she? That's probably what they were doing at the hospital. She's going to go get a script for her knee, probably get her some good old Vicodins or something like that because her knee was hurting, supposedly, and she's probably going to sell them. Yeah, I agree with this one too. Fred Hill knows what happened to Summer because he was involved with Summer getting gone in some stealthy way. It's pretty obvious. Yeah. I'm going to have to second that. Oh, this is a good point here. I'm wondering if Fred was Dawn and Candace's ice dealer and they owed him a large amount of money. I hate to think that they may have sold Summer to pay a debt owed to Fred. Just speculation on my part, so don't think this is the gospel truth. Yeah, that's just speculation. And that's a valid point. That's a valid point. Fred could have he could have even went down that stream straight to, Dawn and Candace's house and snagged Summer up and went back, carried her back upstream. And why it, there's so many possibilities. I don't even want to think about it. Does anyone remember when JSB said, if you listen to all the clues, you'll be able to figure it out? She also said Andy saw Summer's dead body. I say bring them all in and interrogate them to the fullest. Right. And why? That's one thing that really annoys me about Jody Sue is, bitch, quit being so fucking cryptic. If you think something, say it. Say what you think might be going on. Don't be all cryptic like, oh, we're playing a game here. Clue. Here's a little clue. No. Oh, God. So annoying. Jody Sue is just ill. I'm sorry. But yeah, the dogs picked up on Summer's scent all the way up Fred's driveway. I didn't know it was all the way up the driveway. I thought it was just like in that little field across from his house. I didn't know it was all the way up the driveway. That is different. That makes me, like I said, that gave me a moment of clarity. Hang on a minute, guys. I need to get, hang on a minute. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna have to be getting off here in a sec because I gotta go. I got some business to take care of. So, but yeah, I just wanted to talk about that today because, like I said, I watched that this morning and I had an aha moment of clarity. I've never really paid attention to Fred Hill or anything in this whole thing until just recently when he got in trouble and he's in, police custody. And honestly, the police were probably waiting for an excuse to bust them till they finally had some, which they tend to do. I mean, if you know true crime and you watch true crime stuff, sometimes that's what they do. They wait until they have uh, a reason to bust them and get them into police custody, and then they question them about, yeah. So that could be what's going on. I don't know. But all right, I love you guys. Amanda, thank you for coming in and chatting. I got to get off here. And thank you anybody who watched it and came in and watched. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it. Giving the video a likey. Show your girl some love. I love love. I do. But yeah. I'm not gonna play an outro. I just need to get off here real quick. I wish everybody health, wealth, success, and happiness, and blessings and protection over all of your homes. And I will talk to you very soon. Just keep an eye on the channel. You never know when I'll pop on. So, all right. I got to quit talking. I need to quit yapping and get off here. So, I love you guys. Mwah. Talk soon. Bye.